Their place in your story is over, but your story has just begun. See, look, you're not doing anything wrong. All you're doing is growing and changing like the responsible human you're supposed to be. You're self-improvement. See, you see on your self-improvement journey that you grow past so many people. And at the end of the day, when you're growing past so many people, it's gonna be some people that get left behind. It's gonna be some people that you can't hang with no more, or some people that you tell no to. And then when you tell no to somebody, that's a whole different story. Sometimes when you tell no to somebody, they be like, oh wow, you acting like this, you acting crazy. But at the end of the day, you're just looking out for yourself. And that's the best thing you can do, especially when you're just starting on your self-improvement journey, especially when you just starting to anything, truly, when you just started on your entrepreneur journey, when you just started on your clothing brand journey, when you started on any journey, when you just got that new job, the best thing you can truly do is just to be a little selfish, because at the end of the day, you need to figure out where it is you're going to go. At the end of the day, you need to figure out what it is your story going to be. And while you're trying to figure that out, you should have somebody by your side that's going to help you build. If you don't have nobody by your side that's going to help you build, that's trying to tear you down, there are people by your side that you feel like is trying to tear you down. And if their name is coming to your mind right now when you're just hearing this, then you need to go ahead and cut them off. Go ahead and cut off all the people that you hear in your mind right now, that you see, the faces that you see right now. Go ahead and cut them off, because at the end of the day, they're going to stop you from growing. Like I said before, people often come on your journey and then they end up going away. And that, I've always wondered why that was. But it was like I was outgrowing so many different people. I was outgrowing people. At a young age, I was like, wow, okay, cool. So simply just because you don't want to spend time with drama, or just because you're not interested in certain things anymore, you tend to like, groups tend to differ. You know, groups only build up on interests. You can have 3 friends, you all have the same interests and goals. When you have a different goal or a different interest, sometimes it go against the other group. And so you're like, okay, cool. You just leave the group and you keep going by yourself. Or sometimes it'll be that the group wants you out and they leave you. And you came on this video truly just because you wonder why they do that. Why do they leave me instead of trying to build and work with me? They leave you because they can't grow with you. They see how it is in your story. They see your story as something different. It's something else that they're not trying to get with. It's something different. When people see different things or things that they can't understand, they get scared of it. And so they were truly like scared. They were like, wow, why is he so different? Is he trying to be different? Is he trying to do that on purpose? Is he trying to be like that on purpose? Like, why can we not connect anymore? And so they just truly leave instead of trying to understand and build with you. And this even goes to relationships. People tend to leave the relationship instead of building with their partner. And it's just like that with friendships. And as you grow along your entrepreneur journey, or as you grow along your journey of doing whatever it is that you plan on doing in this world, you're going to see that it's going to be so many people who with you now that's not going to be with you at the end. You have to understand that this journey is going to be lonely. Your journey is going to be lonely. And if you're not ready for your journey to be lonely, shoot, you better wake up in this video, because at the end of the day, your journey gonna be lonely. It's gonna be some things that you gotta do alone. It's gonna be some action that you gotta take alone, because at the end of the day, this is your story. This is not their story. So stop focusing on them and focus on yourself. And so at the end of the day, what it was I wanted to tell y'all was to be selfish and to truly understand that in order to get where it is you need to go, you need to have not only tunnel vision, but you need to focus on truly growing. You need to focus on growing as a person. You need to focus on self-improvement in such an elite way that you become that 1%. Because at the end of the day, our goal is to become the 1%. And when you're trying to become the 1%, you're going to leave some people behind. You're going to be the 1%. They're going to be the 99%. At the end of the day, at least you improved. At least you tried to improve. And before you think, okay, when I become the 1%, I can go ahead and bring the 99% up with me. No, you need to first figure out, once you become the 9%, what it is you can keep doing for yourself, what it is you can keep in motion. Because staying at the 1% would probably be the hardest thing you could do. Because the hardest thing, of course, is going to be just getting there. But once you become 1%, and once you have all the luxuries, just you having to stay and maintain all that stuff is going to be hard. So at the end of the day, you need to figure out who it is you can bring up from the 99% that's going to actually want to grow, that actually has ambition. You need people by your side that want to grow, that have ambition, that want to get where it is you want to go, or want to get just somewhere in their life. Because when you bring up people that have no ambition, you're going to crumble and fall. And at the end of the day, I feel like that's why so many different groups and so many different people fall out, because they can't grow along with each other, because they're just a part of their story for the moment. Everybody is like for the moment in certain cases. In certain cases, relationships is for the moment. In certain cases, growing up, you could even have family members that's for the moment and then they fall out, or friends or a friend that's for the moment and then you guys fall out. Because at the end of the day, not too much things in this world is forever. Life is not forever. Time is not forever. There's so many different things in this life that you could focus on that's not forever, but you'd only be wasting your time. So don't waste your time figuring out how it is you can reconnect with them people that you lost, to reconnect on them people that left you. Because at the end of the day, they left who? They left you. You didn't leave them. So at the end of the day, you need to truly just get on your grind and grow. You need to figure out how it is you can grow as a person, how it is you can start that business, how it is you can get your dream job, how it is you can make it to the NFL, how it is you can become that 1% confidently. Because at the end of the day, it's going to still be people that come by your side and grow with you for the moment. You can be a best friend, but then they're going to leave. At the end of the day, I'm not saying this to discourage you. I'm not saying this so you can go ahead and become a loner. I'm just telling you that at the end of the day, your journey is going to end up being lonely. And you need to be able to push past the loneliness. You need to be able to have so much ambition, so much, not even anger, but like have something that's going to fuel you to get to the top. What is your fuel to get to the top? Comment down below what your fuel is to get to the top. My fuel to get to the top, I would say, is my living circumstances. At the end of the day, I want to become an independent. I want to be independent. I want to be able to do all my own things by myself, through all my own money, and to make my living the way I want to make my living, to be able to understand, to be able to show people that how it is I make my money, and then teach other people is what it is I want my goal to be. So that's what I'm trying to do now. I'm trying to teach people how to structure their YouTube channels. I'm trying to teach people a whole bunch of different things. I'm trying to motivate people. And at the end of the day, if you feel motivated by this video, I want you to go ahead and check out my free ebook. At the end of the day, it's free. It's not going to cost you $1. It's not going to cost you nothing. All you have to do is just read the link and read the book. I'm giving you something for free, and I ain't gonna lie, it has some free game in the book. But let's get back into the topic at hand. You see, look, I've always been a person that said, all right, I can go ahead and give somebody another chance. You'll feel like on your journey that you should give them another chance, that they should, it's gonna be some people that's gonna try and weasel back into your life. Once they see you with the flashy cars, once they see you finally up, they're gonna try and weasel back into your life. Like, oh, you remember me from high school? Man, we used to be best buds, man. I know I ain't checked up on you in a minute. I know I wasn't there when you was hurting, but at the end of the day, I'm here for you now. You hear from me now when I got all the fancy cars. You hear from me now when I'm living the life. No. See, at the end of the day, you don't want to accept fake love. Don't accept any fake love from anybody. Be it friends, family, anybody. Because at the end of the day, you're going to have to understand on this journey, you have to be comfortable with yourself. And when you become comfortable with yourself, you become comfortable being alone. You become comfortable just staying in the house. Are you one of them people that have to go out 24/7 to do something, to feel excited, to feel fun? No, you shouldn't be like that. At the end of the day, it's sometimes you could be an extrovert, and sometimes at the end of the day, you need to be an introvert. Because sometimes at the end of the day, when you be an extrovert, you're going to see all your time pass you. You're going to be like, wow, I'm out here partying every single day, messing up my body. But at the end of the day, at least I'm having fun. But then again, the introverts is sometimes people that's introverted are in here working. Sometimes they're in here trying to perfect their craft. Sometimes they stay away from the parties in order to perfect their craft. And when it is they perfect their craft, they end up becoming somebody in this life that other people want to be like. Because at the end of the day, you don't have to just be an introvert to become somebody who is one day at the top. But what it is I'm telling you to do is to spend some time alone. Once you start spending some time alone and you can reflect upon your thoughts and you can see how it is your growth has improved from when you had that group that left you, when you had that person that left you, when you can look back on it and see how much you've improved, you're not going to feel sad at all. I promise you, because at the end of the day, I sometimes do that. I had a group I was friends with, and you could even say friends. Let's be kiddie with this one. Let's go back to the past. I would say sixth grade, I had a friend group. It was cool. But at the end of the day, when they had drama going on, I didn't want to be a part of the drama. The drama was too much for me. It's like at the end of the day, we're kids and we're doing what? Talking about other kids' relationships. At the end of the day, I just could never understand that. I wasn't one of the people who wanted to super fastly jump into love. I wasn't one of the people who wanted to super fastly just jump into beefing with people for no reason. At the end of the day, if we had a problem, I was going to, of course, solve it. But if we didn't have a problem, what was the point of me trying to make us have a problem? There was no point in that one. So at the end of the day, I was like, why are y'all beefing? Why are y'all doing this when you have no point, when there's no point in doing it? I understand fighting. I understand that we can do that. I'm not scared. But at the end of the day, it's like, I have to understand why it is you're doing it, because it doesn't make sense to do it. At the end of the day, I was one of the kids who wanted to hurry up and get on their self-improvement journey. I had seen the world for what it was. I had seen that I didn't have time, and I knew that I didn't have a lot of time. Not like I was on a time crunch because I had a disease or something. Of course not, God forbid. But I just knew that I didn't have a lot of time. I could see by my environment, I could see it caving in on me, and I was like, I gotta get up and I gotta grow. And so when I said I had to get up and I had to grow, I started self-improving. I started working out. And that was when all the fake people who didn't want to be friends before, whenever we had gym class, I would take off my shirt, they would see the muscles coming in, then they wanted to be friends. Or then the girls would see you getting stronger and they would want to become your girlfriend, or then they would want to be with you more. At the end of the day, that's how self-improvement goes. People gonna one day, they're gonna be like, wow, now they want to be with you when you at the top, but when you was at the bottom, they didn't want to be with you. And you're gonna of course feel hurt from that, because at the end of the day, it's like that was the true you. That was the true you stuck at the bottom. Why couldn't they rock with you? Even as you kept growing, why couldn't they rock with you? Sometimes you're gonna ask yourself them questions. And I ain't gonna lie, there's some questions like them you're gonna have to come to understand on your own, because I can't come on here and tell you why your group is that they left you. All I can truly tell you is that at the end of the day, the main reason or main factor behind that could be because you outgrew them. You're gonna come to outgrow so many different people in this world. So when it is you come to outgrow someone, don't feel sad. Don't feel mad. Just be like, okay, I outgrew them. And okay, we had our time together. Okay, I love that our time together. I cherished it. But at the end of the day, I outgrew that person. You could even look at it from a relationship standpoint. If you outgrow a certain woman, or if you outgrow a certain man, then you got to be like, okay, cool, we outgrew each other. And just keep it pushing. Because at the end of the day, no matter how much love you have for that person, or how much love you have for that group, going back is only going to bring you down. And you don't ever want to bring yourself down in this world, because you're going to one day find somebody who's either equal with you or above you that's going to take the chance on you. So you want to just keep going. Why go for something that's less when you can have something that's equal or more? Come on now. Why go for someone who's not going to work with you when you can go for someone who's going to build with you, or that's going to at least work with you and try and bring you to the top, that's going to try and elevate your goal, that's going to try and elevate your craft, that's going to tell you some tips and tricks on your craft, that's going to one day try and stimulate your mind and go deeper, that's going to go deeper into the world, that's going to say what it is that you want to do, how can we get there, how can we both work together to get there. Shoot, not someone that's going to hold your hand though. They're not going to hold your hand. At the end of the day, they're going to come and they're going to help you, and they're going to tell you what it is you need to do, and it's going to be on you. It's going to be your part to execute. Can you execute? Comment it down below. Say, yes, I can execute. At the end of the day, you have to become a person who can execute, a person who's okay with losing, who's okay with losing other people due to outgrowing people. Because at the end of the day, when you self-improve, you're self-improving to grow. When it is you self-improve, when you throw your skincare on, you self-improving to grow. When it is you tackle your insecurities of confidence, when it is you tackle your insecurities of, maybe you could just be a lack of understanding. When you tackle your lack of understanding in a certain field, you come to grow, and other people see that your growth is so different from them. Like, say you become super book smart and you read books like the 48 Laws of Power. This is not something that's happened to me, but I'm just saying, like, if I were to take my 48 Law of Power book and go into the hood and tell on my peoples, like, this is the book that y'all need to read, this is something you should start reading now, it's gonna change your life, they would either laugh or they wouldn't take it as serious. And so at the end of the day, I'm not gonna keep trying to help. I'm gonna tell y'all something that y'all can do to get where it is y'all want to go. But if you don't want to go where it is you need to go, if you don't want to grow with me, then you're gonna get left behind. And at the end of the day, I try to bring you up. And at the end of the day, if I could see some potential in you when I'm up here, when you down here, if I see potential in you from all the way up here while you down here, then of course I'm gonna send you some information. And if you use that information to build, then we can keep growing together. But if you don't, then you can't keep taking your time on these people, because at the end of the day, your time is what? Your time is not forever. Your time is gonna leave you. Your time leave you every day. Every day you wake up, you on a ticking clock. Every day you wake up, your time is going out, it's running out. You don't know. We never know when our end is coming. So at the end of the day, we have to keep grinding what it is we want to do, what it is life that we want to live. At the end of the day, we need to figure out the time to go have fun and party. But at the end of the day, we need to figure out what the time is that we're gonna be able to work. The time that we go party, we need to actually have double the amount for the time that we work in order to get somewhere. Because at the end of the day, working is gonna help you way more than partying. At the end of the day, working is gonna help me get to my future. Working on my craft is what's gonna help me get to my future, my dream job, my dream life. What it is, the things I dream of is gonna be up there. So I would rather work towards my dream life than go ahead and keep partying, or go ahead and just keep doing nothing. At the end of the day, at the end of the day, just doing nothing is not gonna get you somewhere. At the day, doing nothing is gonna get you back with that group. And when it is you up here and that group down here, and you get back with that group, guess what that means? You just went down, you just fell down, you fell off. When it is you fall off, it's gonna be so much harder to get back up, because at the end of the day, it's like your mindset just rechange to join them. And when they start elevating, you're gonna be the party that's get left behind. So at the end of the day, would you rather be the person who gets left behind, or the person who leaves people behind? Because it's your time to grow. At the end of the day, what it is I came on here to tell y'all was that don't be scared of growth, and to truly chase after growth. Even when growth comes with so much change emotionally, physically, mentally, you need to just keep growing. And the people that's for you is gonna always be for you. They're gonna grow with you, they're gonna grow alongside you, or they're gonna support you, or they might understand what it is you're coming from, or they might try their hardest to understand where it is you're coming from. And you'll be able to see them signs. And if it is you can't see them signs, and if it is you see someone who is holding you back, then I advise you to cut that person off. I advise you to say, all right, I was messing with you for a little minute, but now I can see that how shoot, our understanding or our relationship or our situation is becoming toxic, now I gotta cut you off. Even if you a friend, I gotta keep growing. I'm doing this to grow. At the end of the day, I hope that you can understand that. But if you can't understand that, well, at the end of the day, I need to keep growing. I need to keep self-improving. And if I feel like you dragging me down, I'm not gonna be no dummy that's gonna keep staying with you. I'm gonna go elevate myself, because at the end of the day, I still got, shoot, what you got to worry about? One day, if you want to have kids, you're gonna have your kids to worry about. How you gonna send your kids to college? How you gonna send your kids, shoot, to do anything if you don't have money? If you, at the end of the day, if you're not achieving your dream job, and your dream job not giving you no financial situation or no financial, shoot, stability, then you're not gonna be able to do nothing. You're not gonna be able to help your kids. You're not gonna be able to, shoot, help your mom. You're not gonna be able to help anybody, shoot, not even yourself, if you don't live for yourself. Only way for you to be able to help other people is for you to live for yourself, and it's for you to grow along the way and to keep growing. All right, at the end of the day, I push this out to y'all because I love y'all. I push this out to y'all because I truly want y'all to grow, to learn, and to understand, not to be scared of growing, not to understand that it's not your fault that if you grow and leave people behind. At the end of the day, them people who get left behind should try their hardest to build with you. And it is that they can't build with you or build at your certain speed, and you just gonna have to leave them behind. Because I never want you to go ahead and be up here and to see someone down here and all the way lower your limits. I would rather for you to be up here and to send them some information. And if the people right here don't get no information or can't learn from what it is you learned, then you just got to keep leaving them. All right, I push this out to y'all because I love y'all. I don't want y'all to end up like no dummy. You know, the dummy who would be in this situation and go down here just to feel good, to eventually this person elevate and leave them behind. Doesn't make any sense. All right, go check out my free ebook, Motivated to Grow. It's gonna help you grow your YouTube channel, help you start a clothing brand. And as you can see, if you've been on my journey for me for a long time, I've been doing this myself. I've been making the ebooks. I've been what have I been doing? I've been making a clothing brand. I've been doing all of it. And if you've been studying me, if you've been with me, then you'll know and you'll have some sort of trust with me. So go ahead and check that out. It's free. I'm not charging you for it. And I have some other paid game that if you want to check out, go ahead and check it out. All right, love y'all. Watch another video, like, comment, and subscribe.
To make the unknown known.
Start trying to have people look into your life. Start trying to have people look into what music you make. Start trying to have people look into what clothing you making. Start trying to have people look into that new designer designer brand that you just had come out. Like, whatever happened to that? Whatever happened to us being those people who whatever happened to us having dreams, man?